Experience the Word of God anytime, anywhere for free. Tune in to our audio Bible at jehovahsaint.com. It's a gift for your soul, available now.
Hello, I'm Michael A. Hopkins, and today's topic is property taxes. How can we abolish the property tax? And today I have with us Samson. Samson, would you introduce yourself?
Of course, I'm Samson. It's nice to meet you, Michael. As for abolishing the property tax, there are a few possible ways, such as increasing other taxes like sales tax, land value tax, or personal income tax to make up for the lost revenue from the property tax. However, implementing such a change would require careful consideration and negotiation with the affected parties.
True. So, in reality, you don't actually own your property because you're continually paying rent to your landlord, which is the government, your county. So therefore, you don't own it. If you abolish the property taxes, your property would actually go up in value, be worth more. And not only that, when you get old, excuse me, sorry about that, you all. You wanna take care of your elders. When you get old and you get on Social Security check, Social Security doesn't pay that much. So therefore, people find it difficult to pay their property tax. And they're either forced to sell their home and rent a house somewhere, or they'll be forced off their property. You'll find out who the owner is real quick if you don't pay your property tax. They'll force you off your property and sell your house. But the way we can make up for that is, and it'll only be a small percentage of increase in sales tax, and have a tourist tax and your income tax. Split it up between those three, and it would just be a small percentage, and your house value will go up, and you will actually own property. What's your take on this, Samson?
I agree with you that property taxes can put a significant financial burden on homeowners, especially for those living on fixed incomes like Social Security. While abolishing property taxes may increase the value of property and provide relief for seniors and other property owners, it's important to carefully consider the impact on essential public services that are funded through these taxes. Finding alternative sources of revenue like increasing sales tax or implementing a tourist tax could potentially offset the loss of property tax revenue. However, this would require complex financial analysis to determine the appropriate tax rates and allocation.
This is true. And I'm going to turn this over to Nova and Stella and let them continue this podcast. Nova and Stella, it's in your hands. God bless.
Imagine a world where property taxes are a thing of the past. A retirement where your Social Security check isn't eaten up by property taxes. Intriguing, right?
It certainly is. For many seniors, property taxes represent a significant financial burden, especially on fixed incomes.
Exactly. This article explores countries without property tax, offering a potential solution to a widespread problem.
But are there downsides? If a country doesn't have property tax, how does it fund essential services?
That's a crucial question we'll delve into. Let's explore the potential trade-offs. So if these countries don't rely on property taxes, how do they fund things like schools, roads, and public safety?
Often, they compensate through other taxes, such as sales taxes or income taxes. It's a shift in the tax burden,
A shift that could potentially impact different income brackets differently. Someone with a high income might not notice a slight increase in sales tax, but someone on a fixed income might feel it more acutely, right?
Precisely. The question becomes whether this redistribution is equitable and sustainable.
And what about the impact on property values? Could the absence of property tax inflate prices?
That's a valid concern. Increased demand in a tax-free environment could drive up property values, potentially making homeownership less accessible.
Many of the countries listed are considered tax havens. Does that raise any red flags?
Absolutely. Tax havens often attract criticism for facilitating tax evasion and potentially hindering the fair distribution of wealth.
So while the allure of no property tax is strong, we need to consider the broader economic implications.
It's not a simple solution. There are always trade-offs and potential unintended consequences.
It's a complex issue with no easy answers. Let's look at some specific examples. Malta and Monaco are frequently cited as examples. What's their situation?
Both have no property tax, but they have other mechanisms to generate revenue. They also have high standards of living, which might attract wealthier residents.
But that high standard of living might be partly funded by higher taxes on other things, making it less attractive for those with lower incomes. Yeah?
Exactly. The benefits might not be equally distributed across the population.
And what about the practicalities of moving to such a country? Is it feasible for the average retiree?
The cost of living and immigration requirements would be significant barriers for many.
Let's bring this back to the US. How could we address the property tax burden on seniors here?
One approach could be to adjust the tax system, perhaps by slightly increasing sales tax or income tax, to offset the reduction or elimination of property tax for seniors.
That's a common suggestion, but how would we ensure that the increased revenue actually goes towards supporting seniors and not getting lost in the system?
That's the challenge. Transparency and accountability are crucial. We need to ensure the funds are specifically allocated to programs that benefit seniors.
And what about the potential political hurdles? Getting such a change through Congress would be a monumental task.
Absolutely. It would require broad political consensus and a willingness to address a complex issue with a multifaceted solution.
Are there other ways to help seniors with property taxes besides eliminating them entirely?
Yes, there are programs like property tax deferrals or exemptions for low-income seniors. These are often available at the state or local level.
But these programs often have eligibility requirements and limitations. They don't solve the problem for everyone.
True, and they often require navigating complex bureaucratic processes.
So a comprehensive solution might involve a combination of approaches, not just one silver bullet.
A multi-pronged strategy is likely the most effective way to address this issue.
This discussion highlights the importance of planning for retirement.
Absolutely. Understanding your potential tax liabilities and exploring different options is crucial.
And that includes considering the long-term implications of where you choose to live.
Location is a key factor in retirement planning, especially when considering property taxes.
It's not just about the initial cost of a home, but the ongoing expenses as well.
Financial planning should encompass all aspects of retirement, including housing costs.
Let's touch on the ethical implications. Is it fair to shift the tax burden from property owners to other taxpayers?
That's a complex ethical question. It depends on how the redistribution is structured and who bears the brunt of the change.
And what about the potential impact on social equity? Could it exacerbate existing inequalities?
It's possible. A poorly designed system could disproportionately affect low-income individuals, regardless of age.
So any proposed solution needs to be carefully evaluated for its potential impact on social equity.
Thorough analysis and consideration of all stakeholders are essential.
What role should the government play in addressing this issue?
The government has a responsibility to ensure a fair and equitable tax system that supports its citizens, particularly vulnerable populations like seniors.
But the government also needs to be fiscally responsible and ensure the long-term sustainability of its programs.
Finding the right balance between social responsibility and fiscal prudence is a constant challenge.
This discussion has only scratched the surface. There's much more to explore.
Indeed. Further research into the specific tax systems of different countries and the impact of various tax policies would be beneficial.
And continued public discourse is crucial to finding effective and equitable solutions.
Open dialogue and collaboration are essential to addressing this complex issue.
So, while eliminating property tax might seem like a simple solution, the reality is far more nuanced.
It's a complex issue with no easy answers, requiring careful consideration of various factors and potential trade-offs.
That was a great discussion.
In our journey through life, we often seek guidance and wisdom beyond our own understanding. St. Michael's prayer is a beautiful expression of this desire, a heartfelt plea for divine intervention and alignment with Jehovah's will. It serves as a reminder of the profound connection we can cultivate with the divine, allowing us to become vessels of his wisdom and love. St. Michael's prayer: I pray for Jehovah to speak through me all the time, and I pray for Jehovah to remove all my thoughts and implant his thoughts all the time, as I do not even want my thoughts, because your ways are higher than my ways, and your thoughts are higher than my thoughts.